just want to take a minute and I want everyone to look at how smooth using that cuticle polisher those ends are and how much shine the highlight stylist gives blonde hair. I love this volume. We're going to start on our dress work now. So I'm going to turn you back this way more. I'm going to start just by taking right above the temple. I want to leave a little of the hair down because we're going to have layers of drapes coming back. So I'm going to start right below the lacing, which is why I kept that lacing nice and high and right at the parietal. I'm not going to worry too terribly much about getting everything all back and right where it needs to be because I do want this to be a little bit more loose and romantic and organic looking. So if some pieces fall out, that's fine. We will address them near the end. So I want it nice and smooth as I'm draping. I'm going to, again, keeping with the strengthening control hairspray. I'm just going to start by giving this hair a little twist. Coming straight back. And then I'm going to come in on the opposite side. I'm just going to pin this so I can have both hands free. Again, I want to keep this draping. I've been directionally spraying my hairspray. I'm just using that lacing comb to really push that drape down and keep it together. Again, we're going to start a little twist right over the top of the ear. Turn this way, all the way down, so that we have two really nice, decent sized pieces, strands of hair that are twisted together. Now I'm going to take both of these strands and I'm going to tie them in a knot. This is where the curl really helps to keep all of those little wispy hairs from popping up. Also, that cuticle polisher that we put on the ends, really, really helpful here. Keeping the strands of hair together and we're not getting any flyaways. I'm going to drop it down just a little bit. I'm going to take one of my clothes fasteners. I'm going to pop it in the top and I'm going to move it straight down. Sometimes you need more than one. So put the one clothes fastener right in the center and it hit both the top and the bottom of the knot. I'm going to continue doing the same thing that we did in the top section. I'm going to take a little more hair further back. Really just kind of following the way that hair wants to drape naturally. Twist it back, put a little clip in it, and we can move to the other side. If I ever need a little more texture, I always just go in, give a spray of the strengthening control hairspray. Her hair's not sticking to my hands, her hair is sticking to itself, and it's still touchably soft. Lots of shine, it's not matting it down or dulling out that shine from the color that we have. I'm now going to combine the first knot, or the ends of the strands of the first knot, and do another knot. Again, not worrying about it being too terribly tight. Sometimes you just kind of have to play with these things. And
Did Chelsea visit? Or was that like? No, she just decided that, she didn't want to worry.
keep it in. So I'm going to continue doing this all the way down, and then we will start back up again once we get to the bottom. So now that we've got everything going back and into our lovely little knots, I just came in and I like to give these knots just a little pull. I'm going to tie one more knot right at the very bottom just to really set everything in. I'm just going to kind of turn it so that we have more of the bulk towards the outside and tuck it under just a little bit.
I needed that because
Now I'm just going to put a little fishtail braid and then we're going to tuck it up. So now that we have this kind of tight, just plain looking fishtail braid, I'm going to take it, I'm going to pull it apart. So I'm not going to leave my elastic really close to the ends. I'm going to pull it down so that I have enough room to pull this apart. Into nice organic. Just let the hair tell me where it wants to go. And so you can see how the braid is just giving us some nice waves that kind of follow the texture of the top of the hair. Feel it down for me, Morgan. So now I'm just going to secure this under. The braid also helps get rid of a little of the hair so that I don't have a bulk of hair to try and find places to put into a small area up underneath at the nape of her neck. And I'm just, you're going to kind of blindly tuck the hair. And so now I'm just going to kind of come around. I like to look at all of the angles of the hair because dress work isn't just straight on or straight on one way. A little trick I like to do to help smooth out these rolls that we have. Let's take an open fastener, the ends of it, and just kind of smooth those little pieces down. We take our hairspray, really make those nice and pronounced. You can also take your tail comb at this point and give this just a nice little pull. Again, just making it look nice and organic. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're about to do it.
Now, a little trick that I like to do, Morgan, if you'll turn for me, is to take the silk modifier and just put a light kind of spread it across to get any of the flyaways and to really make those drapes stay nice and smooth all the way back with no flyaways and no falling. Just rub that in. Turn you this way for me. Perfect. I'm just going to take this and smooth it back. Again, loving that all of Pureology stylers can be used wet or dry. Look at how smooth. We've been getting. It's like a whole new do.
And I'm going to help him out with a little wax. Okay, perfect. You just head over.
I'm going to pull just a little bit down. We'll give that a little curl around your face. Again, creative freedom here.
Like the anti-snap stuff.
Okay, and then we're going to turn you to the other side. Just kind of recharge some of that back up to the ends. Same thing, I'm just going to pull a little down around her face. And just follow the direction of the hair. Just keeping it nice and smooth. And pull this down just a touch. And it just smooths right away into the hair. Now I'm just going to work my fingers in. I want a little more fullness in her crown. All of this is very secure in the back, so I don't have to worry about any of it falling out. Now I'm just going to take my curling iron, give these guys a little